Hey everyone, Stacks here. Welcome back to the channel. Hit that subscribe button so we can go check out X-Force number 5, Benjamin Percy, Joshua Cassarra, and Dean White on colors. Guys, this book continues to lead the way on Dawn of X, and this one is no exception. Hey, make sure you stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to have a little bit of fun, but also I have some news regarding everyone's favorite big metal Krakoan with a Russian accent that I'll be able to share, like I said, near the end of the video. But X-Force number 5, make sure you go to your LCS and pick this up because it is absolutely on fire. Here we go. So where were we at? All right, at the end of X-Force 4, you had a group, a terrorist group of some kind, anti-mutant group, attack a facility that was run by humans, that basically mutant allies, if you will. Well, X-Force charged into battle. Complete disregard for their own well-being. They go to charge through this Krakoan portal, but it just so happens on the other end that these guys blow it just as Kid Omega and Wolverine come through. Wolverine makes it about halfway through, blown in half. Kid Omega, he just got his head through, so he's out, he's done. And with that, Domino's left back on the other side, just dealing with what do you do now. So she's in a tough spot. She knows that Wolverine probably is not dead. His healing factor's kicking in, and that's where we start. Domino is trying to hail Wolverine. Wolverine, do you copy? Wolverine, answer me already. And at that point, one of these attackers is standing over Wolverine and makes the comment that, I think this one's still alive, but his buddy calls him off and said, if he ain't dead now, he's seconds from it. Forget it, let's move. And it right away makes you wonder, these guys don't know who Wolverine is? It's at that point that Wolverine finally responds to Domino and says, look Dom, hurry. And she's not playing, she says, hold on, I know you're hurting. You came for me in Korea, now I'm coming for you. It's my turn, and I've got a score to settle with these guys. Real quick, Domino hops on the mic and is trying to figure out from Sage, look, is there an alternate means? Is there another gateway close? And there's not. And so they have to settle for a completely different form of transportation, probably more efficient than your gateways, and that is Gateway himself. The only problem here is finding him quickly, and that's where Black Tom Cassidy comes in. And Domino's actually the one that recommends it. Says, hey, you know how sometimes I get that feeling about a certain horse to bet on or whatever? Well, something's telling me to call in a favor from Black Tom. And that's exactly what she does. And what he does is he's able to manipulate Krakoa and basically make his face appear in front of Gateway, get his attention, and in a not so polite way, get him to come and help the X-Force. And there's a white page about Black Tom that we'll discuss at the end of the video. Back at the portal, Domino is trying to drag Wolverine's adamantium legs, so they're freaking heavy. She's trying to drag them into place where she can take them whenever Gateway does finally arrive. And that's when Forge walks up, sporting this Krakoan mech suit. Now she takes a jab at him for being a desk jockey, and he's like, oh no, I need to come out and play every now and then, and when I do, you can bet your butt that the toys I bring for myself are only the best. And he's going to need it because back at the other site, the team is basically clearing the house. They've made their way through whatever humans were there working at this facility, and they're beginning to collect technology basically to get out of there, steal it, and go replicate it, go do some reverse engineering type stuff. But while they're doing this grab and go, one of the soldiers starts freaking out. He's like, look man, they were ready for us when we came through this. I mean, but the captain or whoever this is, he's like, look, they weren't ready enough. You know, they got no gate. We got 5 minutes. Grab what you need to. Just stop your nerves. Take a deep. And right as he goes to say deep breath, some claws come busting through his chest. Wolverine sitting on his back, half his body sitting there with this big smile on his face. The guys yell at him, no, you're supposed to be dead. He just keeps smiling. The claws down in him and says, no, you first. Well, the rest of the team just opens fire on Logan and fills him full of holes, just leaves him sitting there. Now, this always makes me wonder, and it goes back to, I think, the Wolverine number 300 cover. This has always bothered me. When people shoot up Wolverine, he's got holes and stuff in him. What happened to the adamantium? I mean, if anything, his skull should always stay intact. And you can't say they didn't re-adamantium after the events on the Mother Mold because he has he has the adamantium claws. So he's been re-adamantiumed. Anyways, let me pull this back onto the middle of the road. Right at that time, Gateway comes through, man. He brings, of course, Domino with him. He's got Forge in the mech suit. and they are coming in guns blazing. We find out that the NES Power Glove that Domino has is basically neuro-responsive, so if she imagines something, it will transform into that. So one of the things she does is she's charging forward at these guys, is she transforms it into a shield, uses it very Captain America-esque, and is blocking away as she's charging forward. And they go straight into doing a number on these guys. And Domino is, I mean, she is losing it. She's telling him, you know, do you know what it feels like to have your flesh just ripped off your body? And she is, I mean, she's exacting revenge for what they did to her. And Beast is actually having to say, look, dial it back. We need prisoners here. We have to at least save somebody so we can get more information. Now, one thing you notice is that when Forge came through, he's carrying Wolverine's legs with him. And then when he finally gets to Wolverine, he grabs the other end of him and takes him and snaps him back together like a freaking Lego man and is like, now heal up. As the fight starts to wind down, it's very apparent that these humans have lost. And they sound the retreat. This guy's yelling, abort, retreat, get out of there. And Domino just doesn't even blink an eye. She just says, I want you to see the hurt in it. I want you to swallow my pain. And she just blows him away. It's right after that this other dude's like, yep, I'm out, I'm done, white flag, you guys win, I call it quits. And Beast is screaming at Domino at this point, stand down, kill no human, we need him alive, I am ordering you, do not kill him. And it's at this point that Domino says, look, he's not a human. He's just some lab-built nothing. He's just a smear of DNA. It doesn't matter if he dies. And this guy's like, whoa, what are you talking about? No, man, my name's Bill. I live on beachside in a condo, and I got a dog. I love Westerns. I subscribe to the Real Comic Stacks on YouTube. I always leave a like, and I broke my arm in the 2nd grade. And sometimes when I eat onions, I get heartburn. And this guy's like, look, I've done plenty of bad things in my life, but I did not do that. I swear it. Right after that, we jump to Krakoa, where you have Domino sitting on the beach, just looking out over the ocean, and Wolverine basically comes and checks on her. And you know, these two go back a ways, and it just works here. It works really well, this team. And I think Benjamin Percy's done a good job of kind of capturing that fondness they have for each other. Anyways, they're sitting there just talking about healing up and enjoying some Hellfire whiskey. And just taking a moment to enjoy the peace and quiet while Kid Omega is, you know, getting version 2 baked in the oven right now. We also find out that the rest of the team, in particular Beast and Miss Marvel, are down interrogating this guy that they captured. And what we find out is that, look, he's just in it for the money. He's just basically a mercenary, was offered some money to carry out an attack, and was like, yeah, I need the money, so I'll do it. And Beast gets what he can out of her, but it's when Miss Marvel steps up and Jean just, you know, rips the information out of his head. And we find out that this guy with the peacock tattoo is the guy from Xeno, is their buyer, basically. So he's the one pulling the strings here. So there were a couple white pages with this. One of them was called The Uncertainty of Black Tom Cassidy, and what's been going on with Black Tom. And it's talking about how he has so many senses that are basically overloading him right now with the landscape, with the, you know, he has seaweed out in the ocean that he's using as detectors. He has pollen in the air that he's using to sense different things. So all of this is taking a big toll on him, but there's some pretty funny examples. Like, he had a dream about, you know, raising Cain back in the day with the Juggernaut. And when he did, he wakes up the next morning and there's a 50-foot monolith of stone that's risen out of the ground in the shape of the Juggernaut. He's also been able basically to geo-travel, where he can make his face pop up like he did with Gateway here. But he's also having this interesting thing where he's waking up in different places. He woke up one morning and he had almost drowned. So there's a lot going on with him. It's interesting to see where his character is going to go, if they're going to keep overloading him, and what they're going to do going forward with Black Tom Cassidy. The second white page is called The Mercs, and it's basically about a bunch of individuals that after the wars died down, that they couldn't go back to their regular life. They missed the dodging bullets and hunting down the enemy and everything that goes into fighting for your country and having that camaraderie. Well, these individuals basically form these mercenary groups, and they're out there just looking to make money fighting little wars. The big takeaway is that they are just out for the highest bidder, and Beast may or may not have reached out to them for consulting about their services. All right, the next piece is going to be slightly spoiler, but not really, and it's about Colossus. I reached out via Twitter to Joshua Cassarra actually and asked him, hey man, just, you know, by chance, have you happened to draw any very large metal Krakoans with Russian accents recently? Just asking for a friend. And Benjamin Percy actually replied to me, letting me know that Colossus will be an important part of issues 7 and 8, so stay tuned. So that's coming from the man himself. Be looking forward to Colossus in issues 7 and 8. Now I'm telling you, I still suspect that Colossus was the one that killed the cat in the Healing Gardens, because theoretically that's where Colossus should have been at the time, is in the Healing Gardens after they rescued him in Marauders #1. But anyways, I'm definitely excited to see that. The other thing I'm excited to do is this. It's my complete reenactment of the Wolverine scene here, of the Forge and Wolverine scene. Ready? By the way, there's a warning here, so be prepared. Now heal up. There. I'm done. That's it. That's my dramatic reenactment of the Lego reconnection of Wolverine during X-Force #5. Overall, an outstanding issue. It was kind of a lit down at the very end because we know Zeno's behind all this stuff, but it is an interesting twist that now Beast is possibly out there buying these mercs to use against their buyers, basically. So it could get very interesting very quickly. Overall, though, if you are going to go support a comic book, go to your LCS, pick up X-Force #5. Go ahead and tell them to add this to your pull list. It's been by far the best Dawn of X title out there. Absolutely outstanding. And probably my favorite comic book coming out right now, hands down. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, comic_stacks. I'm over on Instagram as well. I don't do as much there. But you can check out my pull for the week. Ended up with Venom 22, a bunch of X titles, Spider-Man, Alien Reality, and Amazing Spider-Man. So that's my pull for the week. I still have Doctor Doom 4 from last week that I haven't gotten to, and a couple other books I want to do eventually, but that's... With work and everything, it's just really hard to get the time to sit down and do a video. But guys, I sincerely appreciate you hitting the subscribe button, leaving a like, leaving a comment, telling me what you thought. I hope you had a good time on the video, guys. That's all I got. Real Comic Stacks, out.